Susie Poo, I promise I will make it up to you as soon as possible.
You can make it up to me now.
What?
I want to hear it.
Not right now.
Yes, now, Dusty Bun.
Stranger Things Season 5 is officially confirmed as the final chapter of the Duffer Brothers' epic sci-fi horror saga, and fans are eagerly awaiting the conclusion of the story. This marks the end of the long-running saga involving Eleven, Will, and the town of Hawkins. After an intense two-part Season 4, where the group faced off against the villain Vecna and Hawkins was once again left with a new rift in the fabric of reality, the upcoming season will bring everything to a head. The final arc promises to close Eleven's battle with Vecna and the Upside Down once and for all. From the very beginning, the Duffer Brothers had a clear vision for Stranger Things. They planned out the sprawling story well in advance, even before Netflix introduced audiences to Eleven and the eerie world of the Upside Down. Since its debut in 2016, viewers have followed Eleven and her friends as they navigated unimaginable challenges, losing loved ones and constantly having to save the world. But for every victory they had, the Upside Down evolved and became even more dangerous, presenting new horrors each time. With Season 5 on the horizon, it's clear that a climactic showdown is inevitable, one that will conclude the show's long-running narrative. Recently, the Duffer Brothers offered an update on the timeline for Season 5. They confirmed that 2025 will be the release window, though they also acknowledged that is still a ways off. This likely means the final season won't drop until later in the year, though there's no confirmed release date yet. The good news is that the post-production process is well underway, having started in January 2025. The Duffers shared that they're currently focused on the visual effects sequences, and surprisingly, they're ahead of schedule. Still, despite this progress, it seems that fans will have to be patient, as the season might not arrive as quickly as many would like. In terms of production, Season 5 has faced a few delays, particularly due to the WGA and SAG-AFTRA strikes, which held up filming. However, shooting finally kicked off in early 2024 and is expected to continue through the year, wrapping up in December 2024. Even though the filming was delayed, Netflix CEO Ted Sarandos confirmed that Season 5 will definitely be released sometime in 2025, though a more precise window is still unknown. In a February 2025 interview, the Duffer Brothers reiterated that they're deep into post-production, but the final season still isn't quite ready for release. As for the cast, fans can expect to see most of the main characters return for one last time. The series has maintained consistency in its cast over the years, and Season 5 is likely to stick to that pattern. Even characters whose fate seemed uncertain at the end of Season 4, like Max, are expected to return. Although Max was left in a coma in the Season 4 finale, recent set photos suggest she might be alive and well, hinting at her involvement in the final season. Additionally, Terminator star Linda Hamilton has been cast in Season 5, and her role seems to be connected to the Upside Down, possibly even as a villain. Other returning cast members include Amy Beth McNulty as Vicky, Cara Buono as Karen Wheeler, and Matthew Modine as Dr. Brenner, despite his apparent death in Season 4. The confirmed cast for Season 5 includes Millie Bobby Brown as Eleven, Finn Wolfhard as Mike, Noah Schnapp as Will, Caleb McLaughlin as Lucas, Gaten Matarazzo as Dustin, and many others. Several familiar faces from previous seasons are set to return, ensuring fans will see the group together for one last adventure. Alongside them, characters like Steve, Robin, Nancy, and Jim Hopper are all making their return. The story details for Season 5 remain somewhat under wraps, but there are a few things we do know. Vecna, who seemed to be defeated at the end of Season 4, will most certainly return as the villain in the final season. After all, his disappearance sets the stage for his eventual comeback. Meanwhile, the four gates that open throughout Hawkins have created massive rifts in the town, implying that creatures and horrors from the Upside Down can now freely cross into the real world. It's likely that Season 5 will address the fallout from these rifts, with Hawkins at risk of even more terror. In a letter to fans, the Duffer Brothers teased that while there are still many stories left to tell within the Stranger Things universe, the final season will focus on wrapping up the central tale of Eleven, her friends, and the battle against the Upside Down. They also hinted at new adventures and unexpected heroes emerging as the story draws to a close. With so much left to resolve, including Max's fate and the fate of Hawkins itself, it's clear that the stakes will be higher than ever in the final season. A teaser for Season 5 was recently released, offering the first glimpse of what's to come. The teaser revealed the titles for all 8 episodes of the final season, though some titles were redacted to avoid spoilers. One notable redaction is the second episode, titled The Vanishing Of, with the blank space suggesting that a key character will disappear, possibly mirroring the inciting incident of the entire show, the disappearance of Will Byers in Season 1. This suggests that the final season may echo the first, bringing the series full circle. The success of Stranger Things in its first season was rooted in its ability to captivate viewers with a relatively simple yet deeply engaging narrative. It wasn't the grand spectacle that made it stand out, but the authentic connections between characters like Eleven and Mike, along with the emotional tension of facing the unknown. This small-scale approach allowed the series to strike a chord with audiences, making it a global hit without relying on expensive set pieces or larger-than-life battles. However, as the show gained immense popularity, the Duffer Brothers were faced with a dilemma. Should they keep the series grounded or let it evolve into something larger? Naturally, the scale of Stranger Things grew. From Season 1's focus on the core characters and the eerie mystery surrounding Hawkins, the show gradually expanded to incorporate a vast array of characters, settings, and eventually, mind-bending battles against supernatural forces. By the time Season 4 aired, Stranger Things had transformed into a cultural juggernaut, with a much larger budget to accommodate epic visual spectacles. The show's production value skyrocketed, resulting in longer episodes, more complex visual effects, and jaw-dropping set pieces. In fact, the Season 4 finale alone clocked in at over 2 hours, a runtime typically reserved for full-length films. This increasing grandiosity has led to a shift in the show's dynamic. While Season 1 focused more on intimate, character-driven moments, later seasons have been marked by their spectacle. The Duffer Brothers themselves have admitted that some episodes of the final season will be micro-movies, furthering the trend of epic-scale storytelling. Although this new direction has created some of the most memorable moments of the series, it's also shifted the balance. Fans can now expect the final season to bring even bigger battles, more mind-blowing special effects, and increasingly complicated narrative threads. However, this shift into a larger-than-life format raises a significant question. Will the story still have the emotional depth that made the first season so special? As much as fans are excited to see Eleven face off against Vecna in what promises to be an epic conclusion, there's a risk that the focus on scale may overshadow the heart of the story. The best moments of Stranger Things weren't always tied to massive set pieces, but to the moments of quiet connection between characters. If the show loses sight of this, it could diminish the very qualities that made it such a phenomenon in the first place. In the end, Stranger Things' expansion in scope reflects the pressures of maintaining a global sensation, but it may also be a double-edged sword. The Duffer Brothers, by aiming for bigger and more ambitious episodes, might inadvertently undermine the core strengths, what made Season 1 such a classic. With fans eagerly awaiting Season 5, it remains to be seen whether the grand scale can coexist with the heart of the series. And that wraps up today's video. If you want to stay updated on all the latest movie news, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. By doing so, you'll stay in the loop with all our future updates. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next one. Remember, we're always open to your suggestions for future videos, so feel free to leave them in the comments below.